So we have the auto thrust on and off. You can use manual thrust. The flaps over here, you will see the flaps extend. The speed brakes arm or extend at full or half. So the system, you see the Boeing 787 over here. The overhead panel, the electrical, hydraulic, fuel system, pressurizer system, cabin pressurization also, APU and engine start. Also the outside view, the American Airlines over here. You can see the American Airline colors. So we have the flight with the American Airlines, as you can see. American Airlines tonight over here with the American flag. Gonna make a full flight. You can see the flight controls, climb, descend, make turns, right and left. Hope you like this beautiful aircraft. You can see the thrust reverse. So we set up the flight management computer. We have the flight plan created. You can see the airspeed, barometric altitude, the autopilot panel, airspeed, heading, vertical rate of climb, descent, altitude. Select the systems. So this is Thomas Hatsios, British American pilot flying the Boeing 787-900 with the American Airlines colors. Tonight you're gonna see the full flight from takeoff, climb, cruise, descent, approach and landing. You can see the American Airlines over here, beautiful aircraft. We're gonna fly over the Seattle Tacoma International Airport in Seattle State, Washington, United States of America. So we're gonna make a full flight, takeoff, climb, cruise, descent, approach and landing. Maybe we're gonna make touch and go and then landing again, like we do most of the times. So we're gonna have the full flight. You can see the Microsoft Flight Simulator, beautiful simulation, Microsoft, also the computer. Hewlett Packard. So we're gonna make a full flight from takeoff, climb, cruise, descent, approach and landing. Stay with me until the end part of the video here. Thomas Hatsios, British American pilot flying the Boeing 787-900 tonight's flight. So we're gonna make a flight plan. The flight plan is ready. We can see the fuel left and right wing. Fuel tanks over here displayed. We have also the electric system, the cabin pressurizational systems are displayed. The ones we have the engines indications here, left and right engine, cabin pressurization, flaps position, landing gear. Also other systems you're gonna see in flight. Overhead panel, we have the electric left and right engine. This we need to turn on. The APU we can use on. um, flight control computers, air data index reference unit, ADIRU, flight control surfaces, normal and alternate, window heat. We have hydraulic left and right engine, also electric left and right engine, ADG. Fuel left and right wing, fuel tank, center tank, cabin pressurization and engine bleed air from pressurizer from the APU and from the engines, and also the engine start system, and the electronic engine control for the engines that controls the farex. So this is the systems of the Boeing 787. We can go now for flight. Over here we have preset the airspeed. We can set over here also the auto thrust, automatic thrust, or manual thrust. Speed brakes are retracted. You can set flaps like 10 or 15 degrees is okay. Fuel flow, parking brakes, on and off. Fire extinguishers, we have the fire for the left and the right engine, fire extinguish, and also the disengage alternate system for the automatic trim. So we're ready for the takeoff now, as you can see, with the American Airlines aircraft. So we're gonna start right now. American Airlines, Boeing 787, Thomas Hatsios of the British American Pilot flying the Boeing 787. Over here, as you can see, so we advance the thrust levers manually, the takeoff position. You can see if we exceed the thrust necessary, it will overheat the engine, so it will display a warning. You can see the wing is pushing the aeroplane, so we need to use the rudder to align it. So we have 80 knots, a little bit more thrust. And now we take off. As you can see, landing gear up, retract the landing gear. Use less thrust, exceeding 3000 feet. So we're gonna make a turn. Come back for landing. Gonna fly over the mountains. This is the American Airlines. So hope you like the American Airlines. Beautiful aircraft, Boeing 787 900 model. So gonna come back for landing in about 20 minutes. So we need to make a turn. Also change here the heading. Not that easy with this the mouse. So we're gonna cross 12,000 feet. We're gonna follow the instruments. About 180 degrees is our heading. We need to be a beam to the airport. You can see the waypoints here display the airport. We departed. Not so convenient to change something like a value in the autopilot. It's quite difficult with the mouse. So hope you like it. American Airlines, Boeing 787. You can see the flight controls. Effect, may turn left, right, using the side stick. Also climb and descent. So hope you like tonight's flight. Thomas Hatsios British American Power flying the Boeing 787-900. We are beamed to the airport. We're gonna fly through some clouds over here. So you can see the airspeed is 200 knots, the altitude 17,700 feet. We have the map here, terrain map, the engines left and right engine, landing gear is up, auto brake system. And here we have the flight controls, the yoke. We have also the electronic flight bag, the steering wheel, the tiller, the rudder pedals for the vertical tail, the rudder control. You can see they move, so you can control the rudder of the airplane, the vertical tail. So we have the airspeed 200, 10,000, the altitude. Select the waypoints beam over here. We have the outside view over here. So you can see the American Airlines livery. We cross 18,000 feet. This is the Boeing 787-900 cockpit, the thrust levers, speed brakes we have to retract. Also flaps a bit retracted. I'm gonna be flying a little bit better. Also use less thrust. And now the overhead panel. So we need a little bit more airspeed over here, altitude 18,000 feet. We climb through 20,000. So the American Airlines Boeing 787, Thomas Hatsios, the pilot flying the Boeing 787 tonight. As you can see, stay with me, you're gonna see the first touch and go then landing in about 15-20 minutes. This is the Boeing 787. You can see both engines are running over here. So we cross 19,000, slow climb, the thrust position. You can see other aircraft also, the airports. Now the waypoints, so the thrust right now is 16.3% and 1. This is the low speed starter, some low pressure compressor and turbine with the turbofan to its engine. You can see the airspeed 223 knots or Mach 0.49, about 600 kilometers an hour. Over here this we cross 19,700. We can climb a bit more, like 20,000, and start turning. We're gonna have the mountain also. Gonna start turning now. Don't have too much view of the mountain. Having some thrust. We have flaps extended over here. Cross 20,000 over. We're gonna have the mountain also. Boeing 787-900 aircraft. We have the mountain here of the Seattle state. I'm gonna start out descending. $32,000 feet. The yoke, we use the side stick to control it, make turns, climb and descend. So we're going back to the airport, as you can see. Gonna slow down. Start out descending. Flaps are retracted, idle thrust. $33,000 feet over here. 33,200. So we start descending right now, as you can see. So you're gonna see the stall speed over here, the airspeed 240 knots. We're gonna use some over here flaps again and speed brakes. Speed brakes half. It's gonna be overflying the waypoints here, as you can see. And we have other waypoints in front of us. Gonna fly over the airport, as you can see. $17,000 feet, 270 knots. Idle thrust. So we cross 260 knots and 16,000 feet. We keep descending. Hope you like the cockpit over here. The Boeing 787. We're doing an idle descent. We can extend the landing gear also. The speed brakes full. It's gonna get us down faster. You can see speed brakes are full. You can see the flight controls, how reactive it is when I make turns. Also climb and descent. Another rudder. Like it. So this is Thomas Hatsios, the British American pilot flying the Boeing 787-900 to nice flight. We're going for the first touch and go, and then another full stop landing with the Boeing 787, as you can see tonight. Another nice view of the airplane as we descend. We are beamed to the airport. It's to the right of us, like 10,000 feet below, as you can see. So we flew over the airport. Amazing flight controls system of this airplane. You can see all the panels: overhead panel, autopilot panel, primary flight display, navigation display, ACAS and indication controller system display, also here the map images, airport waypoints, terrain, other aircraft. So the airspeed right now is increasing, 280 knots to 400, 0.46 Mach.
Sync rate.
So it's 2000 feet, 2200. We're gonna use flaps for landing. Speed rates are retracted. Flaps like 30 degrees. And a little bit more thrust. Gonna add power here in the engine. Gonna make a turn. Come for landing. That's accelerates very fast. The airspeed 180 knots, one gear down. Gonna follow the flight plan here. The airspeed ILS localizer. Flight director also on. So gonna overfly this airport and come for landing to these runways. Runway 16 left. So you can see we follow. We have instrument meteorological conditions, a little bit slower airspeed. Maybe we're gonna make a touch and go and come back for another landing. Use less power for the engines. We are 1,500 feet.
$1,000.
1,000.
Sync rate, 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 sync rate,
500.
400.
400.
sync
Make
rate,
it
sync rate, sync rate,
300.
to the right.
200.
sync rate, 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 sync
40,
rate.
30, 20, 10.
So going around. We take off power. One gear up. It's so convenient with this view. And one more time. 2 flaps a little bit up. Flying a beam to the runway here. So we cross 6,000 feet. We're gonna start descending. 6,100 feet over here. Now slowing down the engines. You can see the airport below us, about 180 degrees behind, and a beam the runway. So gonna make a couple smooth turns and come back for landing. So this is Thomas Hatsios, the British American pilot flying the Boeing 787-900 with the American Airlines colors tonight. We're gonna have touch and go again. That's the thrust, speed brakes in the arm position. This is the arm, I believe. Okay. 4,000 feet. Flaps 30 degrees over here. Bit less idle thrust. Landing gear down. You can see the thrust if increase. You can start turning for the landing. Now the touch and go. I think this is better view than the other. So we have another approach and landing. Gonna follow this airport and make a little bit to the right as we approach. You can see the runways now here. Gonna make a small turn, a little bit more thrust. This is also the horizontal tail trim stabilizer and autopilot disengages as the big one. We'll be overflying the airport here. You can see the yoke, vertical column, and the control wheel and the rudder pedals. Also the thrust levers, the airspeed 187 knots, 1,400 feet above the sea level. We need to follow this runway for landing. A little bit more thrust, 700 feet, also aligned with the runway. We have some winged, cross-winged component. At least now we can see the runway. 600 feet above the sea level, 180 knots. We have the runway, that's excellent. Use idle thrust now.
100, 50, 40, 30.
Here we are. Touchdown. And now we go around one more time. Beautiful landing. Full takeoff thrust over here. We have 120 knots. Speed brakes are retracted. 160 knots. One more flight. So one more go around with the American Airlines Boeing 787, as you can see. Gonna make that gear up. with less thrust. Flaps got a little decrease up so we can accelerate higher airspeed. We overfly the runway over here, as you can see. It was beautiful landing, so a little bit more thrust. So hope you like the American Airlines tonight. Boeing 787. You can see also the blinking lights, navigation lights for the airplane. So I'm gonna use less thrust. We are being to the airport. Flaps 30 degrees, 30 degrees, 8,000 feet. A lot of gear down. Six thousand 180 knots. So now we go for the second landing. Tonight, second touch and go. 3 approaches. 3. We're gonna make one more. Gonna make 4 approaches tonight. Because one was miss approach. Gonna start also turning. So we need to start turning now for the approach. A little bit more thrust. You can see the thrust. Hack sweep, up and down, back and forth. Use some rudder now for the turn. You can see the mountain, South Seattle State. A little bit more thrust. So we are a little bit farther away this time from the runways. A little bit more power when we are further away. Gonna be allowing early with the runway heading. So this is American Airlines, Boeing 787-900. You can see how realistic Microsoft is. Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we go now. (1,000 feet above the sea level. Airspeed 200 knots. We're gonna slow down. Align with the side wind. With the wind. It's better view here. And a little bit more thrust.
300.
Holding off until we reach the runway, 300 feet above, 200 above the ground. Here we are, beautiful touchdown. One more takeoff, go around. Speed brakes up. Increase the airspeed, we're going around. You can see it goes up on its own and it has enough airspeed. Gonna make a turn, come back for another 4 landings. Maybe 5, we have enough time. So keep turning, landing gear up. Four landings tonight, maybe 5. Keeps turning. Fly by wire like the Airbus. So speed brakes up also. Flaps a little bit more up. And then we're gonna extend again. So now we go for the number 4 actually. It's gonna be marginal, maybe number 5. Landing. We overfly the airport, as you can see, one more time. $7,000 feet. Start descending. Extend also the flaps. 30 degrees. Landing gear down. Gonna slow us down. We are approaching. You can see the screens of the aircraft, flight controls, the airspeed here, barometric altitude, the navigation display, the engines. So one more time, 4 times. (5,000 feet, 180 knots over here. Gonna start turning. To go a little bit further away. I'm gonna make a turn. Come for landing. A little bit more airspeed. Beautiful American Airlines. Keep turning. To align with the runways. A little bit more thrust. So we have the runways, runway 16 left, 16 center, 16 right. We follow the aircraft here. So we're gonna follow the runways over here, the flight plan, the airspeed 177 knots, 2000 feet above the sea level. So this is Thomas Hatsios, the British American pilot flying the Boeing 787-900. Tonight's flight we're going for the number 4 landing tonight. So stay with me until the end of the flight. So now we are approaching on this runway. You can see over here airspeed, barometric altitude. We have some wind, we need to realign the aircraft, cross controls, add some thrust. Also when having wind.
400. 300.
Two hundred. Idle thrust.
100. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Here we are. Beautiful touch and go. Full stop landing. You can use parking brakes. And full thrust side reverse. Now this is gonna slow down. I need to realign. So here we are, we just landed. We made a beautiful landing over here, Boeing 787 900 tonight. You can see the nose wall is not broken, or the tires, also the landing gear behind it. Everything is safe, thrust reversers are on. You can see full thrust reversers are deployed. You can see the landing gear and the nose wheel. Also the runway, how much runway is left over here. American Airlines. So we made it. You see the beautiful aircraft. Beautiful American Airlines airplane. Also the cockpit. You can see everything is safe. There's no broken parts from the cockpit or the aircraft. Gonna make another flight with another Boeing or Airbus aircraft or AIRBUS. This was very cool. Beautiful airplane. With the American flag on it. Hope you like the American Airlines and the American flag. So gonna make another flight very soon with another Boeing, also Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can see Microsoft. So that was Thomas Hatsios, the British American pilot flying the Boeing 787-900 tonight's flight. I'm gonna see you with another Boeing or Airbus aircraft in another flight. So thank you for joining me. We'll see you in the next flight. Bye bye.